Hey guys, welcome to my brand new show. It's called Running the Ropes, where I'm going to be reviewing and sometimes previewing WWE and NXT pay-per-views. So I thought I'd start off with a massive bang, biggest weekend in the wrestling calendar, WrestleMania weekend. So I'm going to be looking at WrestleMania 33 this episode. Please have a look at my other episode for NXT TakeOver review. Started off the pre-show with Cruiserweight title match. Now this was between Adrian Neville and Austin Aries. Really cool moment for me, considering I've been a fan of Austin Aries for a fair few amount of years now. Really cool to see him in WrestleMania. That was awesome. So the match itself was pretty decent. I thought it was a good match. Unfortunately, the crowd still just wasn't into it as much as we'd like. I'm not sure what they have to do to get this crowd over. It might just be a bit more time with these guys having a longer feud, which hopefully they will continue. The match itself was pretty good, and I'm giving it 3.5 stars. Next up was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I always get a tongue twist on that one. Now, I don't know why they do this match. There's no point to it at all. They need to have some sort of reasoning why these people want to win the match other than just the fact they're going to win a match. Okay, they need to have a title shot. They need to, even if it's the Intercontinental title shot or the US title shot, or some sort of reasoning why they want to win this match. The match, again, I'm not a huge fan of Rumble matches, especially like that when everyone starts in the ring. It's just a cluster the whole way through. So it's just poor booking, especially considering you had Braun Strowman. He's been an absolute monster for months now. He should have won that match. It should be putting him over as an absolute monster, and he gets thrown out a third of the way through the match. Like, granted, it was by the whole half the roster in the ring there, but still was expecting a bit more, and even a bit more of a showdown between him and Show. Even if he didn't win, the person I thought, yeah, this is a good opportunity to give him a win is Sami Zayn. But again, he had a decent showing, but nothing to write home about, so disappointing. And instead we had Mojo Rawley winning. Now, I can understand, I guess, why they had him win, but I'm not a huge fan, and it was just a wasted opportunity in my opinion. So I'm giving it 1.5. Next up was the Intercontinental title championship match. Now, this was between Dean Ambrose and Baron Corbin. Okay, so the match was okay itself. I didn't really like the finish of the match. It sort of felt very sudden. It kind of felt like they could have gone for another couple of minutes with a couple of false finishes or something to give it a bit more excitement. Again, because I'm a huge Dean Ambrose fan, especially in the Shield days, I always am just waiting for him to come out of his shell a bit more. It might be a heel turn that he needs, but just to be a bit more like he was in the Shield. So it was, again, I'm always just wanting for a bit more from him. A little bit disappointed with the match, considering what it could have been. Baron Corbin did well. They both did well, but overall I'm giving this match a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Next up was AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Now, this is the opening match for the actual main card of WrestleMania 33, which was interesting. I didn't expect this to be the main match. I wasn't expecting much out of this match because it's Shane McMahon. Let's face it, he's a bit of a, he's awesome at doing spots and some high-risk maneuvers, but he's not really exactly known for his wrestling abilities. But again, I've never seen someone, name me someone who can't have a good match against AJ Styles, so I was a little bit optimistic coming into it. Shane did really well. You can tell he's been working on his MMA and his wrestling skills, and it's good to see him throw some MMA moves in there. It was really quite awesome. So I thought, all things considered, and some of the spots in the match, I'm going to give this match a 3-star rating. Next up was Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho. Now, this match has had a great build-up. Obviously, it's been months and months in the making. One of the best storylines for WrestleMania, and I love both these competitors. They're both two of the best in the world. Two of the best all time, in my opinion. So it was very exciting to see this. Now, the match started strong. It was cool to see them just go straight at each other, just pounding into each other. It was obviously a good start. It then had a bit of a slow build towards the end, which is good to see, a bit of pacing in the match. The finish was okay. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm giving this match 3.5-star rating. And obviously now Kevin Owens is the US champion. It'd be good to see him defending the title a bit more. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, coming up next was the Raw Women's title match, which was a fatal 4-way elimination match between Nia Jax, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley, of course. The champion at the time. Champion still. Now, this match was good. It was good to see Nia Jax take that massive bump on her head. That was, don't know how, like a woman of her size taking a bump is really impressive. There's some really cool spots in there, especially seeing Charlotte do some of her phenomenal moves. She really is just one of the best women's competitors I've ever seen. It was good to see, and decent match, and giving it 3.5 stars. Next after that, now this was an exciting moment. 2017 WrestleMania 33, Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy make their return to the WWE. Not just Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, broken Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Now, it was really cool because the New Day came out and there was kind of that lingering, are they going to return, are they not going to return? There's been rumours going around, and as soon as they sort of came out, these massive delete chants going around this huge stadium. It was really cool to see. And then the Hardy Boys classic music hit, and my 7-year-old self was jumping around like a little girl. It was awesome. That was a really cool moment. That was probably one of my favourite moments of WrestleMania, in the top 3 at least for this year. It's just really awesome to see them come in. Now, the match itself, it wasn't anything overly spectacular. There's some really cool spots in there. It was great to see Jeff do his swanton again, and I think he just completely obliterated Sheamus's face. Hopefully he's okay. I'm going to give this match though a 3-star because, as I said, the match itself wasn't that great. It was more the moment and the events surrounding the match which made it really cool. So it was really fun to see that moment there. Next up after that was John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. Now this was somehow, when I heard about this match coming up, I wasn't that excited about it, but it's been such a great build with especially The Miz and Maurice. Obviously just their awesome work doing the Total Bella's ripoff, Total Divas ripoff. So I wasn't expecting that much out of the match because it's intergender tag match. It often has a bit of a weird pace to it because they have to keep stopping and starting depending on who tags in. So this match I'm going to be giving I gave a 2-star rating for. It was nothing you wouldn't see on SmackDown. Nothing special. Now we did see the moment with John Cena propose to Nikki Bella after the match. I'm not sure if it was legit or if it was kayfabe. You know what's going on? I don't know. I didn't look that much into John Cena's personal life, but I guess it was a good WrestleMania moment for some of you. It was just a little bit awkward to see someone proposing with a half stadium full of people booing. It was kind of weird. Next up after that, the pace picked up a bit more serious, was Rollins versus Triple H. Now this match had a really good build-up. It's been a couple of years at least now, isn't it, building up to this one? Really, really, really strong build-up and really looking forward to this match. I was hoping so much for Seth Rollins he could have a great match, and he definitely delivered. They had an awesome match. It was really fun to see, some awesome spots. Especially really liked this spot with Stephanie going through the table. It was quite great the way they teased it, where Triple H almost ran into Stephanie and the crowd was waiting for it, and then he turned around and obviously got pushed into it. That was really cool to see. It was one of the highlights of the night, I thought, that spot, and the match was definitely one of the best of the night. I'm giving this match 4 stars. Now, moving on to the final 4 matches of the night. There's a lot in this card. Orton versus Wyatt. There were some really cool graphics in this match. I really wanted this match to be great because I do like Orton when he's at his best, and I do like Wyatt. However, it was that disappointing, just that's it, that's the ending of the match. It just kind of finished, and it was Orton's the champion again. So I don't know, they might have something going forward with this, but I was kind of hoping either Wyatt would continue a good run as champion, or we'd see something a little bit more out of Orton. Average match, nothing spectacular. I'm giving it 2.5 stars. Moving on was Goldberg versus Lesnar. Now this match again, I was looking forward to this just because seeing 2 heavyweights like that just go at it, just absolutely tearing each other apart, was something I was excited about. I kind of knew it was going to go a bit longer than the previous few, and I knew that obviously Goldberg had to give a bit more than 30-second match for WrestleMania. We did see some really cool spots and some of those spears, especially after the first few suplexes, and then Goldberg spears Lesnar out of nowhere. Didn't expect that. The spear through the barricade was kind of cool, and there was a couple of spots where, especially with Lesnar kicking out of Goldberg's jackhammer. Jackhammer, yeah. That was kind of cool to see. So there was some good spots, but again, it's a pretty short match. There wasn't heaps going on. I'm going to give it 3-star just because of the spectacle of it and some of the moves in there. But yeah, it's more about this things surrounding it than the match itself. The match itself wasn't that great, just the events surrounding it. Coming up to the second last match of the night. Now this was a pretty obvious blow-off match, and to be honest, I was pretty disappointed. It was good to see Naomi get her moment, a WrestleMania moment, where she got to have the hometown entrance. Was really spectacular. She got a couple of cool spots in there, and she got the title, which is good for her. It was really good to see her. But the actual match itself was it felt pretty sloppy, to be honest. After especially some of the matches of the night, it's fairly sloppy. Something you'd probably expect to see on SmackDown, just a glorified SmackDown match. So I'm giving it a 2-star rating. So, moving on to the final match of the night, the main event, which was Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. Now, I was looking forward to this match because I'm actually a pretty big fan of Roman Reigns, even though I don't like the way he's been booked, and I do understand why lots of people are booing him and not getting behind him at this moment. But I was really hoping for, I was being optimistic, I was really hoping for a heel turn from Roman Reigns and to see him just absolutely tear The Undertaker apart and retire The Undertaker there. Heel turn, and he would have been at the top of the, top of his game, top of the food chain for heels on Raw. It would have been awesome to see. Now, unfortunately, we didn't see that. We did see a match that had some good moments in it. There was some really good spots. There were, especially the start of the match started quite well. Unfortunately, about halfway through the match, you could tell The Undertaker had either, I'm not sure if he hit his head or whether he had just gotten gassed and he wasn't quite able to continue. But there were some really awkward moments, particularly when we saw Roman Reigns trying to reverse Undertaker's tombstone into a tombstone on The Undertaker. And you could just tell The Undertaker was trying to get his legs up and he just couldn't quite get up there. And we just saw them kind of flopping around a little bit. It was really uncomfortable to watch, to be honest. So that kind of happened, and then at the end of the match there was that point where Roman Reigns was like running this way and Undertaker's looking over here, and Undertaker just looked kind of confused, and there was a few spots he missed as well. You could see where Reigns kind of ran at Taker and he was obviously meant to grab him for a choke slam and he didn't get his cue, and then they had to kind of redo the spot again where he grabbed him for the choke slam. And even down to there was a last ride moment as well where he obviously was going for the last ride, and the Hell's Gate submission move, that was awkward to watch too. So I think Undertaker's got gassed at the end, and I think it's obviously he's coming to the end of his career, but for his age, man, he's just a legend. He's still performing at a great level in general. Now, I'm going to give this match a 3-star rating just because of the spectacle, some great spots in there, but it did get brought down, like I said, by some of the botches and some of the parts where Undertaker obviously wasn't able to perform at his full capabilities. So, overall, I'm giving this pay-per-view a 3 out of 5-star rating. It was fun to watch, it was good in parts of it. There were some really disappointing moments, such as the Battle Royal, some things, as I said, we saw The Undertaker, some other sections of the SmackDown Women's title match I wasn't that big a fan of. So there was some disappointing moments, but there were some great moments too. And just like any WrestleMania, it's obviously worth watching for the spectacle and the fun of it. And I'm really looking forward to Raw tomorrow night. Getting to see the post-WrestleMania Raw is always a highlight of the year. And I'm really hoping to see some debuts by Nakamura, Balor coming back, the Hardy Boys being on Raw. It's going to be really exciting to see, and maybe even some more surprises that we're not even expecting. So, please like and subscribe my channel. I'm going to be doing the NXT TakeOver review on a different video, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Thanks.